Greetings, everyone. What a great morning, what a great day. Something came to mind today, and I felt I must share with you guys. It's all about ethics, the ethical values in a human being. I'm just want to touch base, but I'll be very broad on this subject basically in a very short space of time. Let me tell you about myself to build a content on my subject. Ethically, what I'm going to say is wrong. I wish sometimes to eat tuna fish, you all know tuna, in my house every day. But I know that my family will not enjoy it, will be affected if they eat it every day, and it is against many of them to eat tuna every day. As much as I want to eat it every day, I just can't eat it every day in my family. During summer, when it's very hot, there are those peak hot days. Because anyway, we are about what 800 k's away from the equator position where I am. Sometimes it gets very hot, and let me share this with you. Some days I wish like walking naked because it's very hot. And for me, I will feel comfortable, my body will feel good. But it is not a good thing to walk out there being naked. Ethically, it is not acceptable to walk in front of everyone naked. So, what do I end up doing? I end up willing, wishing, having an interest to walk naked, but I can't because it's something that cannot be practiced or done in front of people. Sometimes I wish to have my own space, not to greet people, just to be home, not to talk to anyone. I sometimes need my own space. But I have to wake up and do certain things that forces me to go out there in the environment. And now you cannot walk around not talking to people. As much as you need your own space, you don't have a choice. You are seeing people, you need to greet them. So it's just three examples to show you that there are certain things as human beings that we wish. It's quite a lot of things. I mean, you could be having something that you want to say that you wish you can do every day. But unfortunately, because you need to live within the normal principles, normal ways, have the right attitude towards life in a normal way, in an, I won't say a normal standard, natural standard that people have to live within. You don't have a choice. You can't live your own way. And that is what ethics means. Now, you find some people, they will say anything, anyhow, vulgar words, swearing words. They will treat other people as if they treat a 2-year-old. Some they will treat a 2-year-old as if they treat a 90-year-old. Some they will forget that they are not in their territory. As much as you can wear anyhow, but you also need to consider other people. So all I'm saying is we should understand that in life we are encapsulated by certain ethical values which we need to follow. An ethical value does not mean you are afraid of anyone. An ethical value does not mean that you are weak. An ethical value does not mean you are afraid to live the way you want to. All you are doing is you are respecting ethics. Now let me pull out of this ethical subject. It was just a point that I wanted to frame in a box so that you can get there. So every individual, for us to have a better tomorrow, for us to build the ones behind us, for us to influence the one in front of us, we need to have ethical values. I mean, if we didn't have ethics, majority of us could have been fighters, majority of us could have been no-care people, majority of us, some could have been in prison, not because of ethics make you to be afraid of prison, but ethics makes you to live the right way so that you end up not doing what is wrong. That's the duty or the purpose of ethics. Hence I said, let me divert from ethics a little bit, or not a little bit, let me be out of this ethical subject. I also want to touch on one subject about how to be able to be strong, to pull forward, not to be afraid. There's two things as a human being that you have found on this earth. They didn't find you on this earth. They were man-made. If you just manage to conquer fear of death, one. Two, you manage to conquer fear of prison. Meaning, you don't worry about the death, because anyway, whether you like it or not, we are all going to die. Secondly, prison is something that someone go to deliberately because of doing something wrong somewhere and being judged to go to prison or sentenced to prison, or you go unintentionally so. But the reality is, if you manage to conquer death and prison in your heart, I promise you, the space that has been vacuumed by prison and death scare, you remove it, you will just find out that there's so much space which can build you as a person to be able to move forward and excel and succeed and achieve what you never thought you will achieve. Trust me, as soon as you conquer those two, you will be able to excel in your life, socially, academically, morally, in every way possible. Remember, attaching this unfearless attitude of prison and death, bringing in the ethic or the ethical values in your life, trust me, you will just live to be a better person. You will just live to excel. You will just live to improve. You will just live to surprise many people that never thought you will make it in life. You will live to be adored by those that never thought. Those that said you will never make it, they will be shocked. The speed, the pace, the improvement, and the grace that God will put upon you. Remember, I want to touch the last phase. Remember that some people are born with the grace of excellence or success. Some people, God, due to mercy, bestow the grace of success and excellence upon them. Some people, because they have done good to God, God repays them with the grace of excellence and success. Why? Because they've massaged God's heart. So it will depend. Every person can be successful. It is not about you depending on anyone to be successful. It is about you having the right attitude, the right mindset, at the right time, doing the right thing for the right cause. There is absolutely no way you can be successful. The final point I want to make is there are people that you see them having or struggling. Let me not say having nothing, it's a wrong way to say it. You see people that are challenged, not being able to make it. 5 years down the line, there's someone working, argument's sake, at the low paying job, let's say 1,000, 1,500 per month. The very same person making progress far more than someone who's got a PhD, a doctor, who's earning 100,000. Yet the person is able to build a 5-room house, is able to find that the children go to school. It's all about when God gives you wisdom. That is why they say wisdom surpasses all. When God gives you wisdom, you find a person that was not seen to be the best, being the best, better than those who were the best. So I would like to say to everyone who today is looking down on themselves, or they think they haven't made it, or they think it's the end, or they think they will never make it, to say God's formula don't work like human formula. God's formula function completely different. God can lift you up in the midst of your enemies. That is why there's one song that I listen to. I love that song that says, Jesu ufike kuseni, sebethi baqedile ngawe. Akunike amandla. God arrives in the morning when everyone thought you are right flat on the ground. You don't have power. There's absolutely nothing you can do. Everyone has finished you. But there's someone, only one person that come out for you, who is God, and will ensure that in your flat stage, He will lift you up, you will rise, you will be victorious, you will be known, you will make history, and people will still see mystery because to them you are a misery. But of course, God cares less about who says what, how they do it, how do they view you. He will lift you up amongst many and you will rise up. So no matter what's going on in your life, trust me, there are people that they knew that they are nowhere near success. But today when they look back, they sing that tune. There's also one song say ha ke le tje ke le mobe pelo ya kgeseha na hara ha ba etsa dibi Jesu o bone jwang ha o nkgetha o nketsa motle ke le tje. That you don't worth it, when you think you have made the worst, when you think you are a nobody, when you think you'll come up to nothing, when you've really thought you are at the lowest point, God comes and say, I just want you out of that misery. I want to make a misery and change you to something better so that tomorrow they will see what's the meaning of best. I gave an example previously about Jesus. I said Jesus was from Nazareth. Nazareth was known to be worthless, but out of Nazareth, Jesus has came out, and now this name is known from the west to the east, from the south to the far end of the west, north for that matter. So I would like to encourage you to say, do not worry about the people that are around you saying whatever. The problem with us people is we take so much things that people say, you put them in your head, and those things suppress you to look down on yourself. But when people talk, you know that when you die, you are going down alone. The gate to heaven does not pass through their home, the road to heaven does not go through their gate, does not go through their home. The gate to heaven does not ask them for permission. Salvation is personal. You are going to heaven alone. And therefore, just know when you are here on earth that you've got a mandate to live here on earth alone. And your mandate, ethical values, not be afraid, know that you've got an objective why you are here. If you just capture those 3 clips, then you'll fulfill your purpose here on earth. Because the day you die, you will not have an opportunity to do what you are doing now. There is a life after death, and that depends on your attitude towards your present state here on earth. So I just want to encourage you to say, be lifted up, be encouraged, and just know that you will make it. It all depends on you, and God loves us all. There's no one who came on earth by default. There's no one who came on earth to be better than the other one. It's all about how hard you work, how dirty you put your fingers, how deep you put your fingers. That determines how much food you will eat. I always give a statement and say, you need to work like a slave and eat like a king. It is not about what you did yesterday. It's about what you are doing now that will impact your future. So every day, you need to invest your time, efforts, mind, your positivism as if there's no tomorrow. And every time you look at your yesterday, do your best to perform today far better than yesterday. And you will then see the outcome of what's the meaning of a bright future. Whatever that I have said, having said that, this will actually affect your future generation, which is your children, for them to learn the right way of doing things, so that whatever difficulty that you went through, they never become part of that. Meaning, we are going now to passive heredity. You pass your heredity, your knowledge, your finances, your wisdom, your ethical, improved ethical values to your own children so that they pass it through. And that, and only that, will help us to be better people, will help us to be better communities, will help us to have a better government, will help us to have better living standards. Other countries, as much as they say they are rich, they start somewhere. And that's how life is. You do good to yourself, you become good, people see good, your future become good, and you die being good. And yeah, life goes on. All the best. It was great to talk to you. I think I need to go. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe and follow. Thank you.